Hail friends, if anyone is there, thanks for watching. You might hear some day-to-day living type stuff in the background. It's just, yeah. While I'm sitting here doing this, it's just my wife going around doing whatever she's doing. Okay, so not sure if I've chosen tactically the best thing to do, but yeah, I decided to log in and then just run in the direction I wanted to go in. Oops, holy smokes, troll. Yeah, and then try and find some land to claim, and then start worrying. Trying to find a settlement and then start worrying about raising skills. Oh dear, lots of trolls in this here wood. Yes, it is. Yeah. I've just logged in. As I said, I'm not sure if tactically I'm doing the right thing, because I only really played Wurm Online for a short period. Then I heard about the server and I thought, well, I'll wait until it comes out. But I've decided to just go off in the direction I wanted to go in and settle some land and then worry about raising skills then. I'm not sure if that was the correct tactic or not. There's lots of people around the original settlement just doing stuff. Northwest? No, how did I end up going northwest? Jeez. It's because of that troll, I think. Let me know if there's any problems with the quality. I'm testing stuff at the moment. I'm playing in 4K, but scaling the stream down to 1080p. So have you played it before? Okay. I mean, when I first started playing, I enjoyed it a lot, but I couldn't. I think because the game was old and the servers were old, the experience that I was looking for, purely my own fault. I was kind of looking for this experience where I feel like I'm out surviving. But even like the newest, biggest servers were so kind of overdeveloped that wherever you went, there were houses and roads and all that kind of thing. Yes, I'm hoping that this new server gives me the experience I'm looking for. Who's been here foraging already? There are some people quite close to me, but I passed Cujo. What a name, eh? I passed Cujo ages ago, so I should probably put my tent down, because I think you spawn at your tent. If I die, I'm going to go all the way back to Harmony Bay. But if I put my tent down, I kind of need to know where it is to come back and get it again, I think. I guess I could put it down, go and try and find some... I wonder if you I'm not sure if you, when you log out, if your tent stays in the world, and then it respawns when you respawn. But I don't want to lose my tent. Yeah, so put my tent down, find some land, claim it, maybe then die, come back to my tent, and then walk again to my claimed land. Ah, okay. So you lose it, do you? So that's probably not. I quite like. I thought the tent might kind of be a halfway spawn point, like a safety point, and I guess it is. But what is it over there? An aged unicorn. That's my second one I've seen. Let's make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, I was hoping to use it as a safe point, and I guess that does work that way. But I need to kind of then come back and get it. I'm not sure. No idea where I'm on the map. All I know is that I'm kind of moving northeast as far away from the two spawns, the two starter settlements as I can, and then maybe claim some land. I've never claimed land before, so I've got no idea how you do it. I know that you have to pay for it, I believe, and I'm not sure if tactically it was the best thing. You know, that was my main tactic, was to get into the game, go and claim some land where I want it, and then go from there. I guess the further I go, the more chance I've got of dying and then respawning back at the bay. But there you go. I should maybe be playing first person. No, actually, yeah, you have got less view around you in first person. I can hear the wolves howling. One thing I've found when I've first started playing, I still don't quite understand it, is movement rates. I understand why the movement rates are there, but I'm not sure. It's very dark now. I need to be careful. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure it makes much sense being... Oh, look at that shot. That's a first-person shot, if ever there was one. Yeah, I'm not sure it makes much sense moving so slowly on grass. I mean, I know I've sprinted on grass before, so it can't... you know, not as fast as on a concrete or whatever, obviously, but it's it's not as slow as this. You know, but I quite like the way they've kind of they limit the speed. Ah, so I'm approaching a sand. Okay, I'm wondering if I'm just about here, because first I went this way and I thought if I go this way, northwest. I always knew I wanted to go north, so I go northwest. You kind of got Heartland, so you're moving towards that section. So then I decided to move northeast. Currently going north. Let's go this way a bit. Oh geez, adolescent scorpion, age scorpion. This is the scorpion section. Look at that shot. That's beautiful. If anyone's got any tips for, you know, a fairly new player, let me know. Shall I put my tent down and just hope for the best? See, this deserted area is really... This is where the mobs are starting to... So... I know as a new player, you've got a smaller aggro range. I wonder if I could, if I put my tent at the top here, risky, because maybe not right at the top here, risky because some mobs may, there's people creating settlements, I'm thinking, no, I want some land. I wonder if I put my tent at the top here somewhere, it'd be, I could find it again easily. There's too many monsters here. If I die and spawn here, I'll just get permacamped by monsters. Oh god, I think that's a bad idea. Okay. Hey mate, how you doing? Hope you're well. Oops. And he walked into that one. So it's worth remembering that this sandy area, I think around here, is it's got a lot of creatures to fight at some point for raising skills. Whether it'll be that way, obviously, in the future. Going north, northeast. Let's go over this rise here, I think, probably. I haven't built my own. I didn't build my own settlement for the short time that I played before. I'm not sure if how quickly. I guess it depends on your carpentry and your chopping skills. that's a technical term. And loads of monsters here. I wonder if you can claim some land and then put a fence around it. I wonder if that keeps the monsters out, or if they do aggro you, they attack the fence until they. Hell Scorpius, holy smokes. I quite like that. I quite like the I quite like the fact that the desert's got scorpions. That makes absolute perfect sense. Okay, so we're still going northeast. Super immersive, just walking around in the evening. Oh, the moon's going down, is it? About a ray, which means that maybe. I think it's let's have a look. Bonus skill gain. Movie food. Yeah, so I noticed my food's going down slowly, which is quite nice. I think there's a bonus for new players. Oh, okay. So go up. An alert scorpion. That means he's more. Got a larger aggro range, potentially. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess does that your sword skill goes up slower though, does it, than if you're chopping trees and monsters? East. Northeast. Yes, I definitely feel that I'm crossing this deserted section here. Okay. I subscribed for a bit to get. Is it? I guess it's still the same. Well, it's only a few months ago. Hello. But for your skills to go above 20, you need to subscribe, don't you? I think by subscription, which I did before. Not that I got many skills to 20 at the time. Cool. I'm so glad this server came out, because when I started playing I felt that I found the game too late. I've kind of been looking for some kind of fantasy or sci-fi sandbox game, a survival based type thing. You know, I'm not a fan of Rust and all those kind of things. That's just not for me. Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, but just looking for something where it just feels reasonably realistic, where you got travel takes a long time. You have to stop and rest and build campfires, cook food, hunt food, all that kind of thing. There isn't really anything like it. Even all these other MMO RPGs that claim to be sandboxes, not really. Even the old ones like Ultra Online, sort of, you know. As much as I loved it, North, okay. I think I'm probably going to eventually hit the coast, whether it's the north or. I wonder if I can come through this thing here and go up to the tip. That might give me access to the most northern section. It's so difficult to tell how it's going to go, the server. Even as a new player, I've been thinking about it a bit, and there seems to be a lot of people playing, and I guess experienced players will just go for a land rush type thing. Maybe, I'm not sure. I noticed on the server that I play, Xanadu, I think I played on for a bit. You weren't getting any land near the on the coast, for example. So, even though this is the second day, I'm hoping I might be able to get a little coastal bit up north. But yeah, as I said, it depends on what people decided to do when they came in. I'm a big tamer on other MMOs. I don't think it's the same here. I'm not sure if you get pets like in other MMOs where you get them to attack other monsters and stuff, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, looking forward to that anyway. Okay, still going northeast. I liked the way when I first started playing on Xanadu, I didn't appreciate it so much, I don't think. I think because I was kind of a bit disenchanted anyway, because I went in expecting an experience I didn't get. Olive tree grove, nice. Why don't you can grow your own olive trees? That's interesting. So there was a little within this. Assuming this is where I am, maybe it's here. There's like a little grove, olive grove, and then maybe I'm moving here more into the forested section. Still going northeast. Yeah, I quite like the way the monster layout. It just seemed completely random. Let's just put monsters anywhere, but actually, I guess once players have influenced the server quite a lot, it may change. But having scorpions in the desert. Well, I was going through a forest back there, and there were trolls and stuff. It seemed fairly. They were pierced by sharp thorns. Oops. Ah. You. I walked over some thorns. Okay. Well, fair enough. I've hurt my foot. I like that. That work? Kind of. I hurt my arm as well. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, so you bandage a wound and it slowly gets better. Okay. So line of sight here is so low. I just kind of feel that I'm going to come across a troll or something. I'm going to walk right into him. Let's see, make sure we're still going in the right direction. Okay, avoid the thorn bushes this time. I'm glad water is going to be okay for a bit. I was a bit worried about that. I think on the first game you could kind of drink at a river, and I've kind of spaced near a river, so that wasn't too much of a problem. But okay, we've come to a bit of a top here. I think keep veering north for some reason. We'll slowly go down here. This is a huge olive groves. Oh, it's walnut trees now. And I've been to olive groves in Italy a few times. They would love this. Holy maholies. If I remember rightly, different types of wood make better things. So, boats. Oh, hello. Wow, look at that dude. He's huge. Hurting? I keep hurting myself. I'm not quite sure how it's happening. Across some willows. I wonder if we're near some water or not. Did the bear chase after me? May have done. think what I'll do is when I get to the coast, I can put my tent down. If I'm right in assuming that I spawn at my tent, then it'd be easy for me to find it again to pick up. Looks like the sun might be rising behind me with these some light on the trees here coming from behind. I can hear what sounds like rain, maybe, or a stream or a waterfall. Oof, no. I think it's going to take a minute to do that. I don't think it's going to do that. Should try to be efficient, use skills while I'm waiting for the compass to settle. So does anyone know how you get land? I know I've got a deed stake. I'm assuming I use that in some way. Settlement, find a settlement. Does it then allow you to select the size you want? And then how does it go about payment? Do I need to... Does it go to a screen and you put your credit card details in or something? Or do I have to buy something in advance? I've never done it before, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. Well, I want to run down the hill sometimes. You can hurt your legs, I think. Well, here we go. I don't think I'm going to run down there. It might be daft. So we're approaching some mountains. And there's some water. Okay. That's basically what we wanted, I think. Okay, so potentially that water is... It could be this section, I guess. Could be this tip here. Maybe I wasn't as far over there as I thought I was. Or I guess it could just be a smaller body here. Well, let's go and check it out. Let's check it out. There's people here already, but that's to be expected. So we've got some coastal area, coastal section. Not sure how long the local section stretches for, but these guys have been on my local list for quite some time. You enter the pit, you leave the pit. Okay. There's some animals here as well for food. Some people have come here, but I'm not quite sure. There doesn't seem to be anything else going on at the moment. This is in the village of the pit. Okay. So is that directly north? Let's have a look. I can't imagine it's the case. I hope it's not a case of people piled in and they've just bought massive plots of land, which means that you can't do anything. I reckon I could potentially be at northwest I'm facing, so it could be this little section here that I've reached. That's north again. Let's follow this. Let's follow the coastal section around. I think there don't seem to be any aggressive creatures here, so okay. So someone has claimed a big. Someone's claimed a big deed here. It looks like village of the pit. I don't even think I can put my tent down, can I, on someone else's land? Honestly, not sure. I might be here. I wonder if I can get to this bluff, then get across to this northern section. That's my kind of estimate as to where I am. I wonder if there's any experienced players here and what your experience of oh, a crab. I've never seen a crab before. What your experience of new servers was. I always when I played Xanadu for a bit, I'm not quite sure that they. I guess the thing is that it's a small player base, and the bigger the bit of land someone buys, I'm assuming the more money they get, which is fine. But they didn't seem. It seemed to be. There seemed to be a lot of deeds and stuff that were deserted, but you couldn't do anything with them because it took ages for everything to rot away. It looked essentially like people could sort of, buy any. Oh, someone over here chopping wood. Little tent. Yeah, it appeared as though people could just. Oh no, you've got a guard. Did you get a guard? Oh, a settlement token. Oh, so there's their settlement. That's really nice. Yeah, if you're a new player coming in, it didn't seem to be, because everything took so long to decay and people could just buy big bits of land and leave it. It was quite difficult as a new player to find something. When I say find something that where you would want to set up sticks, And I always thought they could maybe have a server where you were limited by the size. Just at first, you were limited by the size you could build. Hard rock. Yeah, just so everyone got a shot at getting a location, and then you kind of open it up a bit later on, you know, so you can expand your size. Okay, so I guess if I double click on this, this means that this is free. Northwest. Okay, so I think I might be following this trail here. So if that is where I am, I could move around to this tip, and then I wonder if I can find a spot north. It's quite a long way to go. I don't know why. I'm just a bit paranoid about getting a spot. I imagine there's probably going to be a lot of spots available for quite some time. It's funny how I'm not sure. I wonder when players come into the game, I wonder what their expectations are, what they're hoping for from a game like this. I mean, the Xanadu was just far too built up for me personally. You know, I was kind of looking for a lone survival type thing. Oh, you're going to get neighbours eventually, that's fair enough. But yeah, it was difficult to find a nice spot that didn't look like a city, essentially. And that's why I was quite excited for the new server, because I think that crab. Oops, little chick. There's an old crab there. I wonder if they've. This is aggressive. An aggressive crab. I wonder if they've. There's a bit of Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls Easter egg there. Right, okay, so do you think, anyone got any tips? Do you think it would be a good time just to put my tent down? I've travelled a long way, and if I die, it's going to be incredibly frustrating. There doesn't seem to be any particularly aggressive mobs here, so I won't get spawn camped. Lots of crabs, actually. Let's keep going for a little bit longer. Maybe just, I'm not sure if I can put my tent on the sand, but I'll check over here. We'll get past these crabs first. So looking at the map, I think I'm here. I think this body of water is this here, and I'm coming around. My plan is to come around to the tip there. Apologies if gameplay is boring. I've just started and I'm a newbie, I'm land rushing, and I'm not sure if that was the correct tactic. So, land strolling, I would say, more than land rushing. I think that would be the fair Okay, so what's up there? Ooh, a troll. Okay, Mr. Troll, we will just skirt past you. Oh, someone just disbanded there. So I'm not sure if you can hear me. I think you can. So if you disband your settlement, do you get your deed state back, and then you can do it again somewhere else? I wonder how tough crabs are. Crabs make for some tasty tasty foods if we were hungry. So this seems like it would be, from my limited knowledge, a good location to set up. Clay, so some clay, sand, wood. Can you dig and eventually find metals if you're not near a mountain? I'm not sure. I'll just keep going. Lovely view. Lovely view. Okay, so I'm going to put my tent down. Drop. Place. Okay. If anyone thinks it's a bad idea, let me know. Oops. And I will pick it up again. But this is just... I'm doing this just as a spawn point. I think I'll spawn at the tent if I die. If I do die, it saves me going all the way back to okay, place. Okay, there we go. Now, someone did say to me that you do need to take your tent. Okay. I just remembered that someone told me that you need to pick up your tent, so I've still got some travelling to do. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back to reclaim my tent before I have to log off. Okay, I think we'll carry on going and we'll leave the tent. I thought your tent might act as like a, I don't know, like a location when you log off, but from what I've been told, I think I'll lose my tent if I place it and then don't come back to it. Okay, there's someone's little settlement here. It's a good spot. Got some clay, got some sand in here, water, lots of trees. Again, I'm not sure about the metals. I'm not sure if it's had a little fire going, cook some food. I'm not sure if you can mine into this section here and eventually get to metals, but so I think I should now be heading northeast-ish, roughly. East, okay. Yeah, so I... hang on. Somehow turn my sound on there. Yeah, so I think I'm here, roughly. And, why does that keep happening? Yeah, so I think I'm at that section. I'll skirt around here. Some animals here as well. This would be a good section, I think. Some horses here, look. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure what I'm looking for exactly, location-wise, but when I first came in, look at this. This is great. This section. Unicorns, all sorts. I bet someone got here and thought, yes, please. You got access to clay and stuff, and you got your mountain. No deed yet, though. I'm surprised this just didn't get claimed, this section. That's interesting. Hello. No, okay, let's keep going. Ah, some speed. Nice. Okay, so I think that we're probably here. Along this here. Let's see if I've got this. So if I run out of stamina, will I just fall down? Let's not risk it. Sorry, I've got my sword out. I'm not sure why. Is that just because I'm holding it? I'm not sure if I've gone into some sort of combat mode or something. I don't want to start hitting things. Okay, so I think I was swimming along here. It looks like there's a mountainous region here and some sand. That might be prime location. Not too late, but I think that's where we're going to head to. Okay, there's someone's forge over there by the looks of things. Let's see what way we're facing. Okay, so I wonder if I've only just reached this section. Well, maybe no, maybe this little gap here is just that over there. So if I run around to that section, I can then head directly north to the coast. I'll say one thing for it, it's the most immersive walking sim or jogging sim I think I've ever played. Hellhounds are tricky, aren't they? Is that right? Do they run fast? Hopefully I won't aggro. Yeah, I wonder if I guess everyone's doing different things tactically. I mean, this person has moved here. I can hear chopping and stuff going on. They haven't claimed the land though, so they're just raising skills maybe or whatever, getting themselves in a position so that when they do put down a deed, they can start building straight away. An altar of Magranon. Cool. Here's someone building. Oh, here we go. Cool. So Valdred is already making a boat, and I wonder where he's going to go. Excellent. Hail, friend. Hey, Cats, how you doing? I'm just going. I've just logged in just now, and I am. I've even managed to follow myself on the map. I think I'm kind of in this section here. So I'm heading to the north coast. I'm not sure what your tactics would be, but I'm kind of doing a land stroll. I couldn't really call it a rush because it's too slow. But I just thought I would just go and. The first thing to do is, as I said, tactically, I'm not sure if it was the right thing to do. I noticed a lot of people just seem to have just come out of the starter section and and just started racing skills. It looks like they're just chopping trees down and stuff. Maybe they kind of like to build their settlement near to the starter towns. But yeah, my plan as soon as I came in was just to head north. Essentially, I started at Harmony Bay. I probably should have just started a new character and started at Heartland, which is further north. But I think this is north. Yeah, but my Scottish Northern European roots are just luring me north. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I'm not sure how many people. I really don't know how. Being a new player, being a reasonably new player, I've got no idea what the focus is of a new server. I guess there's like a land rush type thing involved. I'm not sure how many people would have come out and thought, right, I'm just going to go north. That's the furthest northern point, and. But that's what I've done, and I'll find out whether it was the good thing or the bad thing in the end. I've never used a deed before, actually, so if you've got any advice on how it works, do you I know it costs money. No, I won't. I'm going to try and do this morning, and before I have to go out. Yeah, do I need to purchase some currency first and then you pay for your deed size, or do you, when you choose your deed, does it take you to a credit card billing option or something? Or because I'll probably need to go onto the store and buy some silver in the bank. Okay. Oh god, I hope I've done the wrong thing then, coming all the way out here first. So can I go to the store and buy silver, and it... Okay. Let's do that now. Silver. Maybe I shouldn't do this online. Okay, so... So use this store here. Yes, Steam launcher. I just thought it'd just be easier. Oh, hello. This one here this one here that I've got up at the moment. Ah, that make it easier because I can buy coins through Steam. Then is that how it works? Cool. Okay. Okie doke. Great. Okay. Let's have a look. I've come so far without dying. That's cool, yeah, so that makes it easier actually. I can just buy it through. I can buy premium as well. You need premium to raise your skills above 20, is that right? Oh, nice. 2 months premium. I've been, for the whole journey, I've been debating whether I should put my tent down in case I die, as a safety spawn. I've come so far. I'm probably here somewhere, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back in. What's the time? I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back and get my tent again before I have to log off. Okay. If anyone's having problems with the quality of the stream, let me know. I've been mucking around with settings recently, and I'm currently playing in 4K and downscaling to 1080p. I mean, I've got a 48 core processor, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But I'm just wondering how oh, that's good. Okie doke. Thanks for that. I know we was talking about experiences before, cats, and this is, like, so far, essentially, how long have I been streaming for? I've been playing for an hour and 20 minutes, and I mean, so far I've kind of had the experience that I was hoping to get from Xanadu, essentially. I know that it won't stay that way, obviously. It's more of like a short fairy tale before the server gets populated, but yeah, but it's amazing, really. I was walking through this desert section about 30 or 40 minutes ago. It was night time, the moon was shining in the sky, and it was yeah, and that was exactly what I was looking for. Because some of the videos I did before, I kind of think to myself, yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Some videos I've done on Wurm, I kind of think to myself sometimes, am I just being a whinger here? But and obviously, like, coming in, whatever you expect, and if you don't find it, that's down to you. But this is, yeah, this new server is definitely worth waiting for. So hellhounds are the ones to avoid, is that right? I know that I've got newbie decreased aggro range, but the hellhounds are the ones that just keep chasing you until you die. that's my experience of hellhounds on Xanadu. I believe things like trees. I mean, I'm sure someone else in the chat can answer that for you, but I think that's the mountain I saw. Over the other side of that is the north coast. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I seem to remember a hellhound chasing me the whole length of Xanadu once. It was just, maybe I was just injured and I wasn't running fast enough, or I wasn't picking my route very well. But yeah, I think things like trees and stuff grow back. To try and answer that question, someone else can probably answer it better than me in the chat. But it takes a while for them to grow back. I'm not sure how long, like real time. I've come across some great spots that seem like great locations just to put your deed down. There was a coastal one where there was loads of animals, and there was clay, there was sand, there were trees. There wasn't any rock, but I thought maybe you could probably dig into the ground and eventually find rock. But I just wanted to keep going north. Yeah, I was wondering about what to base your choice on. I mean, I'd rather choose it from a location where I wanted to go to and I like the looks of, but I did pass a spot where there was clay and water and trees and stuff, and it did seem fairly ideal. I think we're still going north. I'm kind of here somewhere, this section. Oh no, we veered west. Okay. Yeah, well, that was the one thing that wasn't ideal about that location was it didn't seem to have any rock. But I wonder if you can just dig out down into the ground far enough until you, like, if I chose. I mean, obviously there's rock here. Fair enough. Not a good example. But if I chose a spot here and there was no rock, could I dig through and create rock, find rock eventually, and then find ore? I wasn't sure about that. Okay, cool. Oops. Hello. Just passing, good sir. Yeah, okie doke. I had that problem on Xanadu where I started to create a mine and there was water on the bottom and I couldn't... oh, hello. Lindenberry patch. Yeah, and I couldn't do anything. How much silver does it cost? Is it a silver per kind of square that you choose? North. Okay, so I think that I'm at the base of this mountain range somewhere here. It'd be quite nice there, but I reckon someone might have that. But we'll go and have a look. Let's just go directly north. I'm not sure if okay. I should have enough stamina to get up here, I think. Oh, okay, minimum 11 by 11, that sounds great. Just under 5 silver. I'll just buy some silver. I'll buy a wad of silver and just do you have to keep paying it yourself, cats, or do they automatically take it each month or whatever it is? Come on, get up there. Hooray! I think we did it, did we? So you have to actually physically do it yourself each month, okie doke. I've got a feeling this is going to be... Oh, hello. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Oh, Ran, what are you doing up here? That's a silly question. You often find sheep at the top of mountains. Oh, there we go. First person view. Travelled a long way. Long way. So you can pay in advance. Oh, that's great. Okay. That's good. This is an amazing spot, like from a viewpoint of view. Thinking about the practicality, I'm not sure. Clay sand, yeah. I guess that's why the obviously the coastal plots are always the most popular, I guess, because you've potentially got everything you need. Not sure if that's true or not, but it seems that way. Yeah, I saw that on Xanadu. It was amazing, the canals that people created under mountains and things. Just pretty awesome. I was wondering why. Okay. I was wondering if anyone had any thoughts about the size of the server land mass, because I know it's not the largest size they do. I'm wondering if it was based on how many people they thought would play on it. Why they didn't go for the largest one like Xanadu. I've done a bit of streaming. All of my, I've been on YouTube for about 7 or 8 years doing content. Streaming is something I always want to get into, but and I do want to do more of. So yeah, I hope I've done a bit before, but not a huge amount. But it's always been a plan. Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, I appreciate people coming in because it's such a dense game, and while I don't like things spoiled too much, it's always nice for someone to say that you appear to be doing the right thing. Yeah, I think it's completely soloable from the little I've played. Yeah. people have built some amazing things I've seen solo. Another unicorn again. I love coming across unicorns. Oh, here we go. I get the feeling that the unicorn is... Yes! Look at that! Awesome! We've reached the coast. The north coast, the very northern point. Lots of... hello. Lots of creatures. So, I'm going to go down to this area here. This looks like a... This looks prime location. Lots of some evil dudes, but I think if I get down there quick, put my tent down in a place where I'm not going to get tent camped, and then yeah, it does. Trees, rock, some different coloured types of material here. Could be clay and stuff. Let's go and have a look. If I run down there, will I break my legs? Can I run down here, or should I put climbing on? Oops. I always feel that humans are not meant to run at things like 20 kilometres an hour. I don't think we're built for that. Let's slide down gracefully, like a ride. No, I literally logged in. I haven't mucked about with my keys yet. I just logged in and ran north, essentially. Well, actually, you can guide yourself down, can't you? Just by kind of sliding in the opposite direction. Cool. Oops, hello, no. Yeah. Oops, I've hurt my legs. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so I hurt my legs. That's fine. If you're a new player watching, as a new player myself, the first thing I did, I can hear things, was forage up some cotton, just so I could heal myself. Now, I did create some groups actually previously, but all I've done this morning is just logged in and I've run north to claim a spot, like any good settler should be doing. Holy smokes! There's a lot of spiders here. What, right down there? Do you think? Oh God, yeah! Look at that. We'll go a bit further along. I'm not sure how. This is something that I've not moaned about before, but I think I've spoken about before when I played it before. Was that a lot of when I was running around, there was land available along the coast and stuff, but I guess it was just that people had paid for the deeds for a long time, and there was just stuff rotting, and the rotting was quite a slow process. I always thought that maybe it would be quite a good idea for a new server just to limit the amount of space that people can claim at the start. Oh god. Don't die now, that would be tragic. Yeah, and then maybe open it up a bit later. I understand that obviously for the developers, like lands, the more land people take up, the more it's like financially, you know, good for them. That's fine. Let's wait here a sec. Yeah, I thought maybe for a new server it'd be a good idea just to limit the space that's a new person that people can claim, and then give it a few months, then open it up so that they can, you know, have bigger lots. Just to give everyone a chance to get some land, really. But you know, that's a land rush. That's what it's all about. I think I can sneak between these two. I love the trees blowing in the wind here. It's really nice. Oh, stop. So you do only bandage once and it heals over time? Is that how that works? Cool, thanks. Yeah, I can hear someone working away. Wow, someone putting in some work here. Nice. Look at that. I guess this is the advantage of being in a guild or a clan or whatever they're called. There are a number of people. PvP portal, Eye of Sauron. That's interesting. There's 4 people here. Is there a He wants to cook hamburgers with me. Do you indeed? Oh no, I'm typing in. Am I typing in the wrong location? What a noob. Let's carry on going. Okay, so there's some guys there got themselves a little thing going. I do Weastbolf, get back here now. He's very authoritative, very strict. When I see that, I do wonder. He's probably just role playing. That's fine. when I see that, I do wonder why Wurm is not a more popular game. When the other games that I play that call themselves sandbox games don't offer this really for a group of people or a guild or something. I understand. I mean, I do, find the small amount I've played, the raising skills is very grindy. So maybe that's what puts people off. You need to be in it for the long haul. But I do wonder why it's not more popular. Got some marshy sections. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should I move along? Should I move west a bit? Let's have a look at the map. I now believe myself to be somewhere here. So, should I move along until I find a section? I mean, it could be here, I guess. Someone's put a deed down there. I don't want to be near someone else's deed if I can help it. So I guess anywhere along here would be reasonably good. You've got some wood, got water, there's some cliff tops back there. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, I understand. I mean, it is a grind. Oops, spider. Guards. I haven't set up my guard macro. But yeah, but you just have to come into the game thinking, well, it's for the long haul. Like if you're a group of people who, for example, I know that I rag on Shroud of the Avatar quite a lot. But if you're a group of people wanting to play a sandbox game and you're into house building and all this kind of stuff, I don't know why you'd pick Shroud over this, really. I know Shroud seems to have quite a small population at the moment anyway. So maybe it's the diehards that are left. Spiders don't go in water. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So, for example, would this be a reasonable spot? It's got some rock, it's got some animals, it's got trees, it's got water. What do you think? Is this prime real estate or not? It's got an old seal if I need to eat some. I need some fat to keep me going. I do love. Oh, I love the mossy section. Oh, I love this. This is really good. There are some critters around. Hey Fifu, how you doing? More people in the stream than I expected. I must apologise that my stream is not currently set up for the sort of stream etiquette that maybe you're used to. So if you're following or anything, you're probably not going to get any notifications. Neither am I. I do apologise for that. I'm an old YouTuber who hasn't streamed much, but hoping to do more. Okay, so you mentioned prospecting. A little spider down there. I could go and prospect this section or this section up here. Is that I'm assuming it's important because you mentioned it, but will you always find metals generally at some point, or are you best not to be too far away? They're quite heavy, aren't they? So carrying them around initially when you're a newbie is probably pretty difficult. I'm going to put my tent down here. I love this moss. I love the colour, the mossy section. I'm a big fan of mosses. I'm not sure if I can claim this section, or if I need to level it. I hope I don't need to level it first. Don't tell me. Don't tell me that I have to level it first, because I'd be crushed. Cool. So I could just claim this section here. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's an eagle of some kind. She went flying past through the trees there. That was awesome. Okay, so this, so I can claim this slope, and then, but I would then need to level it out, won't I, to build stuff. But if I claimed just this green section, for example, does that mean that no one else could then build on it? Okay, I'm all ears. Super easy to plant. Okay, so maybe claim next to the moss. Oh, okay. Okie doke. What's the time? I'm not sure how long I've got this morning because I need to go out. What I could do is claim a bit but save some moss. Actually, if I claim the tiles, it's still moss, is it? No, I know. I like moss. I like the colour. When I'm wandering around forest, I'm always looking for moss. But if I claim this, it will still be moss. It won't turn into something else. So that's okay. I can then dig it up afterwards. Is this not a terrible spot? If it's not a terrible spot, I think we're in. It's got some monsters, but that's okay. Okay, let's do it. So let's buy some silvers. Oh, if you're going to get 40, you might as well get 50, mightn't you? I might have to turn the stream bit off while I buy my things. I'm not sure what happens, so I'm just going to turn the image off for a sec. There we go. Add funds to my wallet. This is a nice easy way of doing it. This is good. I'm amazed that the pound is still worth a bit more than a euro. I thought the pound was an absolute travesty at the moment. Okay, so I think I've securely just purchased 50 silver coins. And I'm assuming that. How do I tell if I've got them? Excuse me. Yeah, because I could just claim the land and then just pay some 6 months in advance, or I'm not sure how much that'll cost. I probably bought too many silver coins. Sorry, so how do I know how many coins how do I know? Oh, there we go. You're in your bank, 50 coins. Okay, here we go. So I'm a bit nervous. So if I'm standing in the middle of the moss roughly, if I click use, okay. Oh no, that's the golden mirror. That's not right, is it? Deed stake. Okay. Settlement. So will it claim the 11 around me, or do I get like a? Do I select the 11, or is it just 11 around me, or however many that I choose from my location? I think it's because I've walked so far, and I don't want to muck something up. Okay, so let's start off by settlement. Found settlement. Okay, here we go. Application form. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do premium as well. So, sorry. So, if you've never been premium, your account will be deleted after 90 days. Okay, okie doke. When you say account, is that the account or is that the settlement? Okay, so let's start the application. Okay, right. Okay, so I can still move my person while I'm going. Okay. Oops. Oh, come on, Mr. Wolf. Okay. Yep, I'll wait. Okay, so even though I've moved to the side a bit, it will still start at the location where I started the process. Or if I move and I continue on, will this now be the center spot? Okie doke. So when I first started the process, okay. Oh, so actually what I could do is essentially is have, let's move that out of the way a sec. Okay, so what I could do essentially is have, I could have my settlement token. The settlement token goes down where you're standing. Is that correct? So what I could then do is have, I think I'm facing north towards the sea, so I could have 0 north or 1 north, and then I can go back. I could go 10 back, for example, or whatever, 10 south. So this will be the front of the settlement. Okay, and I can then, okay, so do I need to do that here? Actually, 10 by 10 is big, isn't it? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So to claim the moss section, it looks like it's about 7 south. Okay, let's shut the window and restart it. Okie doke. Okay, I hope that's correct. I pressed a red. Okay, I'll leave that there. Yeah, so what I could do is this could be the beginning, this could be the edge, this could be the northern edge of the settlement. Cancel. Have I done something wrong here? Oh, here we go. Oh, cancel. Okay, so we'll start again. So this could be the northern edge of my land. And we could go... God, this must be the worst, the worst attempt to claim land ever. Okay, so I don't want to claim loads of land. You know, I don't want to moan about people taking all the land and then take all the land, but I do want the mossy stuff. So I think, I mean, the thing is that I'm not the sort of person who Okay. Oh, okay. Okie doke. No problem. So let's not worry about that now. Let's go through it again. So deed stake, settlement, found settlement. I'm not the sort of person. I'm looking forward to doing the building and stuff, but I'm not going to create like a massive mansion and stuff. It's going to be, So I don't want to claim too big a land and then just not use it. That doesn't seem quite fair. So I can survey area. Just start surveying. Okie doke. So I need to make sure that I've got copper and iron as an upkeep, monthly upkeep as well. Is that in game? So if I've got it stored somewhere, I'm carrying it somewhere. Okay. Okay. So I'm currently standing in the middle. Did you say 11 by 11 is the minimum? In which case, that's going to be plenty big enough for me, I think. I've got most of the mossy area. Okay, great. So it's basically plotted out. I'm standing in the middle of my plot, and there you go. That seems pretty cool, actually. I don't think I want to move back too far. I'll be quite close to the coast. I'm on the moss. I've got trees. I've got some rocks around that I can go and survey. I think I've done quite well here, actually. Oh, Ririk, there you go. Chucky's just chucked something in the woodworks there. I've got no idea. I'm just. Can I? So, can I claim the land, and then worry about raising skills afterwards, or do you need to be a certain level to? Okay, but I can still claim the land, but then I can level my skills after. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, that was my plan. My plan was to get some land, and then I'll start working on skills once I've got the land. Because it's like it's like a land rush thing, isn't it? So, I don't want to miss out on getting a nice spot. Cool. Okay, so okay, so you just keep so you can grind out your digging skill on it. Then that sounds okay. So I'm happy with the size. I don't want any bigger than the minimum. So if someone else comes along, they can build next to me or something. Okay, so I'm not going to go beyond the current size. What's next? What does the upkeep in iron mean? Sorry. When they're saying iron, they're not talking about iron, mined iron. Are they talking about just the currency? Okay. Okay. I thought to myself, God, I'm going to have to dig up loads of iron. What a fool. Okay. So I'm happy with my size. I'm happy where the location is. I don't want any bigger. So what's next? Okay, so I've got tons of stuff, tons of currency. So do I do survey area again to move forward? Okay. So is that it? Okie doke. So I click survey area again, and I haven't got another menu. Check the event window, sorry. Okay. So, Mr. Wolfie there, I think is probably preventing me from... I've got no chance of killing him, have I? With my starter stuff. Okay. Let's see if I can run him away. I can't remember. I've really no idea on creature toughness and where you should start. So I'm not sure if he will wipe. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I like some of the the menu changes. Okay, so we have a wolf infestation problem on our new lot, which needs to be dealt with. So I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do. Tell me if it's not the right thing to do, but I'm going to plonk the tent down. Place. I'll plonk the tent down. So if I die, we won't have to go back to the beginning again. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay, shall I place my tent first though? That makes sense. Place. Okay. So if I die, I'll respawn here. Is that correct? So it does say aggressive creatures. So I'm assuming that the seal will be okay, and the cow. So we just need to remove the wolf. Okay. Okay, Mr. Wolf. It's me and you. This be my land. I don't want to kill him, really. Let's just see if I can get him to chase after me. So when his hackles go up, does that mean he's aggroed? Or he's just... this way. Come on. Look, I'm doing you a favour. You're stopping me building my land. Claiming my land. Oh, okay. This way, this way. No, not near my tent. That would be incredibly stupid. I mean, I guess these are the problems our ancestors must have had. I'm assuming wolves and bears and God knows what else. Well, wolves and bears mostly. I would suggest. That's it, keep coming. He's aged, so he's quite slow. Maybe that's why he's taking so long to... Come on, you old duffer. That's one hell of a crab, isn't it? So he's very half-heartedly chasing after me. He's obviously not that hungry, so I reckon that if we just pull him over here a bit, he'll give up, I would say, and then we don't need to kill him. I don't mind having a wolf as a neighbour. Come on, fella. Keep coming. Okay. I think he's probably far enough away. Let's run back and see if I can leave him where he is. Okay. Yeah, he wasn't very hungry, was he? It was a very half-hearted attempt to eat me there. Okay, let's try this again. So I might come back a little bit further, because I noticed that get a little bit further back there in that section. Okay, here we go again. Okay, that's better. That's better. It goes back a bit further. Oh, that's fine. Cool. Okay. We don't seem to have any baddies on the... Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, this was not... I should have thought about this before. Can you change the name after? I don't want to get the name wrong. How about the fens? Can you change the motto later? Okie doke. Make this a democracy? No. Okay. Cost 5. Oh, well, that's quite expensive actually. I'm quite happy with the fens. You can change your motto at any time, I'm assuming, or... Okay, so... well, Slebo, I'm a new player as well. I played a little bit before this new server came out, and I'm just claiming some land, basically. This video will be like VOD, so just go back and have a quick look. This is the first time I'm doing this, so like chat are talking me through it. So save this name. Okay. Okay, so 1 silver a month per guard. Do you think just go for a guard at the start? I'm assuming I can just change the number of guards at some point. Number of guards. Found settlement. Oh, wow. Ah. Here we go. Cool. There we go. My first settlement. So I can hire more guards. And there we go. The fens. Ah. Oh, there's my thing. Ah, okay, so I can manage everything here. That's cool. Bank. So, add to upkeep. Free silver left. Wow, so the 3 silver that's in there is going to last for a long time. Let's put another 10 in. Let's send 10. Hopefully I've done that correctly. I should have spoken to you guys first. Oh, okay, yes, I've got to pay like almost like a year in advance. Wow. So really, it doesn't cost that much. The upkeep, real money wise, doesn't cost that much either. Particularly, you know, I know that with gaming nowadays, people are quite, you know, people will only buy new games when it's come down in price and whatnot. But I'm a firm believer in supporting the games that you play. Yeah, that's cool. I really like the location. Waterfront property. Got to start. Yeah, got to start work. I'll have to have a good old look at the Wurmpedia with regards to like leveling. I remember going through the leveling process in the tutorial. Must confess, I was slightly confused, but I always find that I always learn things quicker by doing them rather than reading about them. So, yeah, cool. I wonder who my neighbours will be. That's the thing that you think about next. Will they be noisy neighbours? Okay, so for so for Slebo, this is what I did. This is the server. I wanted to go to the most northernmost point. I started off in Harmony Bay. I should have picked Heartland, obviously, but I didn't check first to see where they were. So I started in Harmony Bay, and it's taken me a couple of hours, I guess, to run north to. I think I'm kind of here somewhere. I'm definitely north. It was. I really enjoyed it. There were some great moments along the way, particularly the moon and the desert. That was really immersive. Yeah, so I ran north, avoiding mobs. As a new player, your aggro range is lower, newbie aggro range, so you can essentially almost walk right up to a creature before it attacks you. But obviously, be cautious about that, because if you die, you will spawn back at your point again. I was thinking about putting my tent down around halfway, so if I died I wouldn't have as far to go, but then once I found my spot I would have to come back to the tent and pick it up again. So I risked it and I ran all the way, avoiding numerous dangers as I went, and yeah, here we are. This is my first ever Wurm. Yeah, I didn't. I should have checked first where they were, but yeah, depending on where you want to be. I think there's two, Heartland and Harmony Bay. I started in Harmony Bay and ran north. I ran to this spot here and then swam across and ended up where I am. Yeah, it's my first ever settlement in Wurm. Got a lot to learn about building and levelling and all that kind of stuff. I guess at some point I'll probably make a terrace here, so I'm kind of overlooking, so I'm higher up, I'm overlooking the water, I would say. But that's it. Yeah, I'm actually going to stop the stream now. Now we've done this. I'm not sure. I'll probably upload it to YouTube actually. But I've got some things to do soon. So yeah. Thanks for watching. It's been great. I'm going to pick up my tent. Jono Groats. I was trying to think of a Cornish name for my deed, but I was caught on the hop. I had to come up with a name, but maybe I can change it later at some point. So, I guess the first thing I'll probably do is try and create a permanent spawn. So, do I now spawn at my token, or do I need to make a bed and a small building to spawn on the bed? Is that how that works? Because that might be my first point of call. Okay, so if I die I can just spawn here. That's good to know. So now I'm here permanently. Awesome. Okay guys, well thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, you can't imagine that 2 hours of running would be so interesting, but it was brilliant. You know, I was most of the excellent, there's my guard. Hey dude. So can you outfit your guards as well? Interesting. I wonder if you know you can build guard towers and they're actually living guards, aren't they? I wonder if you can outfit your guards with the best equipment. Yeah, so I'm going to be, as I said, I'm normally awesome. I'm more of a YouTuber. I have been more of a YouTuber for years, but I do plan on streaming more. But over the course of this week, I'm going to kind of chart my... yeah, watch that. If you go onto YouTube, Super Bits and Bob is the YouTube channel as well. I could just put a link to that, couldn't I? Or maybe not. Super Bits and Bob on YouTube. you'll find me. There's actually a short series on Xanadu where I just showed you the game from the perspective of a new player. I do moan a bit about not being any land available and blah blah blah, but you know, a new server has solved all that problem. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, and over the course of this week and the coming weeks, I'll chart my progress, how I'm getting on, all the adventures and stuff. I'm quite keen to get going on stuff actually. It's a shame that I've got to go out soon. But yeah, I mean, I must confess, like you're going to be watching this from the point of view of someone who was much more of an adventurer in MMOs, even like sandboxy ones. But this one, I find the prospect of building and crafting and raising all those skills like quite really appealing, more so than I have done in a game before. As I said before, I think it kind of stems back to not really understanding why Wurm isn't more popular. You know, it's from a sandbox point of view. It's got everything. You know, you go off, you locate some land. It doesn't have any predetermined land where you can build. You can literally go anywhere. I know cats will will know as well that, you know, I mean, I didn't play on Xanadu for very long, but, you know, I tall mountains, you know, people have taken the time to level off the mountain and like build their tower on top of the mountain, sort of like Orphanc style, you know. So yeah, I'm perplexed that it's not more popular. Maybe it's, as I said, maybe it's the grinding that puts people off, because you do have to think long term, I think. But from what you can do, I don't think any MMO offers this. I know that there are some Star Wars Galaxies emulated servers doing the rounds, but I don't even think Star Wars Galaxies had that. I think you still had to build property in predetermined locations, that kind of thing. So yeah, this just seems, the fact that you can go anywhere and build anywhere, you're not restricted. Yeah, I mean, some people, when I did that short video series, some people did complain about the graphics, but yeah, I don't know really. I mean, I guess someone who, I mean, I'm 50 this year, and I've played PC games for, you know, since the 80s. You know, so I don't. So I quite like the retro polygons and stuff. So it's not. I don't find it off-putting. And I think the graphics are good enough. I think quite often it's about the art style, really, more than anything else. I mean, I'm not sure what engine they've used to build the game. That's Java, isn't it? I'm not sure. So many games. Yeah, there's a balance in that, I think. You know, I mean, I guess it doesn't appeal to the World of Warcraft crowd, and that's fine. But I do feel the game deserves more players. But then I can imagine if the game was more popular, you may have some older players, more experienced, who wouldn't like that. You know, maybe they wouldn't want their game invaded by a horde of World of Warcraft players. But then I guess the thing is that once you've got your spot and you've claimed your deed and your land, it's your land. You know, it's a bit like buying a house in a rough area, maybe. You know, and you once you go in and close your door, generally, you know, you're okay. So as long as you've got your land you want, yeah, it's not too much of a problem. Anyway, I have got to go now. Thanks for watching. Check out Super Bits and Bob on YouTube. Through this week, I'll probably put up 2 or 3 videos of my continuing adventures. Yeah, but great. Thanks for watching. I didn't expect so many people to tune in. It's been brilliant. I'll speak to you all again soon.